Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Wallen. I'm going to be your professor for the course. I just want to introduce myself just for a second and say hello. There is a person behind the screen, and that's me. A few things about me. I started at MTSU about 10 years ago, and before that I worked at George Mason University for 18 years. So I came here 10 years ago to start the PhD program in computational science, and also to kind of change the pace, going from George Mason to a place where I could really start my own PhD program seemed like a really nice challenge for me, and I'm really happy to be here. This course is going to cover the entire universe, and we're going to talk about everything from how the sky moves to cosmology and the possibility of life in the universe. So we're going to cover a lot of different things. And this is the first in a series of videos to help you understand some of the basics of how to be successful in the course. We will have regular Zoom lectures. They're going to be meeting at our normal class time of 10:20, going to about 11:15 or so. And we're going to meet on Zoom, and this is a technical guide for getting you started. The second video is going to give you some more information about the grading policies and how to do well in the class, some study hints and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. All the electronic resources for the course can be accessed at http://elearn.mtsu.edu. This is your D2L account that gives you access to pretty much everything. Once you log on, just click on the link that says Exploring the Universe, Astronomy 1030, and you'll see there's a lot of resources here. There's going to be announcements up at the top. There's going to be calendars, access to the textbook, and so on, but we're going to start with Zoom first and how you're going to access our lectures. So click on the Zoom link. Once you've clicked on the Zoom link, it'll bring up the meetings associated with the class. There's two of them. Notice there's office hours and the lecture. Make sure you click on the right one. The times are listed for each of these, so we're going to click on the lecture and click Join, and what it's going to do is automatically open Zoom. If you don't have it installed, it'll do that. It'll set it up for you. Now, you have to sign into this meeting to join it, and the trick is you can't sign in with your own account. You have to use the MTSU. So click Sign In on SSO, mtsu.edu, and I've already logged in another window here, so it'll just automatically launch Zoom. However, it would be prompting you for your username and MTSU password. Make sure you use those, otherwise it won't let you into the room. I'm going to just end the video here, and we're going to just continue on and talk a little bit about where the meetings are stored. We're going to go back to the course home here and take a look at what things are here. Now I'm going to click on the videos link and just show you something really quickly, and this is where all the lectures are recorded. So if you click on this, this would show every lecture that we've done. It's recorded automatically in Zoom. The dates are listed here, so it's going to have the same name, but the dates are listed. So if for some reason you miss class, you'll be okay. I will say that you're going to need to be in class because there are exercises we do that are going to be essential for you to be present. We'll talk about the daily exercises in just a little bit here, but for now, let's go and take a look at the content section of the website. And you can see there's a page here that shows all the stuff that I've posted. There's Exam 1 constellation maps, some simulators, and there's going to be some videos. A couple things to notice. On the left-hand side, there's a bunch of material that's available. That tells you what section we're on, Exam 1, Exam 2, Exam 3. And then within that, there's going to be videos, there might be PowerPoint, there's going to be review materials and things like that. Again, this is things I posted, not from your textbook. So it's supplemental materials that can help you learn what's going on in the class. Each of these different things has links associated with it. So if you click on, for example, the constellation map, what that will do is bring up the constellation map for this exam. And there'll be some study guides and things like that you can do. You can print this out if you want. And there's also these interactive things like the rotating sky and the season simulator. Now, some of these are Flash. So I'm using a Chrome browser, so I have to go and enable Flash in the corner. See the little corner up there? All right, so we're going to do that, and we're going to select on this and then enable the Flash player and allow it. And then all of a sudden you'll be able to do these interactive astronomy exercises. This is actually from University of Nebraska-Lincoln, but it allows you to see how the seasons work. All right, let's go back to the main page. So we're going to go back to a different tab here. We're going to close that out and then go back to the main tab for the class. Again, this is our content, so we're going to go back to the course home for just a second and then talk about how you access the homework. So the homework, both for in the lecture and also outside of lecture, is done through the textbook website. So just scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you can see the thing that says My Lab and Mastering Links and the thing that says Pearson My Lab and Mastering. So click on that. And what that's going to do is bring you over to a new web page. It opens a new window. Click on Open My Lab and Mastering. And then it's going to ask you to sign a license agreement and accept that. And then you can click My Lab and Mastering again, and it'll bring you into this new section. Now, if you've already set up a Pearson account with another course, you can do this. You can just sign in like I did, or you can create an account here. Okay, we're going to go through a quick demo about how to use your registration code. So you can either just, again, purchase with a credit card, or if you have a registration code from the bookstore, you can use that. So you go to this page and you click Access Code. Then you type in the long string here and click Finish. And then this actually takes about 45 seconds for it to register, at least it did for us. And then once that comes up, it'll show that you're registered for the course. And what it says is you have a username, it has an account. You might want to write these numbers down just so you have it available. Okay, at this point you can start using Mastering Astronomy. So we're going to go back to the astronomy homepage and kind of go back to the My Lab, Pearson My Lab and Mastering, and click on that link again. And what comes up now is kind of the menu that you have available as a student. So if you scroll down, you'll see the student links, and you see the Mastering Assignment and Welcome to Mastering Astronomy. You can also see there's a little more clip down there. So we're going to see the whole thing. Notice there's a Pearson e-text that you can access. So when you click on Mastering Assignments, it takes a little while, and you might get a black window like this where nothing happens. So here's what you need to do at this point. So there's two things you need to do. First of all, you need to go to the security settings for your browser, and you need to add masteringastronomy.com both to allowable pop-ups and allowable cookies. So you have to do both of those, otherwise it'll just freeze forever. So at this point you can see there is one assignment that's coming up. This is H01. This is the first assignment, and it's going to be due on the 28th, and you can kind of open and close it. So when you do this again, if you don't have pop-ups available, you're kind of stuck. So you can click on these questions and you can actually see what they do. So this is just clicking on the question. Again, if you don't have pop-ups enabled, this won't work. So make sure that that is set for this website. Also, just a quick extra pro tip, make sure you enable pop-ups from the website, not disable them. Not that that happened to me, because that would be ridiculous. Okay, now that we have everything enabled, you can see questions start coming up, and you can answer these questions and submit. If you get them wrong, what you'll do is get some points taken off, but you won't lose all of the points associated with the assignment. You get several tries, and you can also go back and go to things like the textbook. So let's go and do that here in just a second. So go back to this main page here, and we'll go click on the electronic textbook. Okay, so we're just kind of waiting for the textbook to come up here. And again, you must have everything registered and all the pop-ups enabled. And what this is going to do is now bring you to the textbook. So this is the Chase A. McMillan 8th edition. And if you click on this, you can notice you can highlight and note and share different parts. But you can scroll down and look at different parts of the book, like the foundations and chapter 0. So that's we're going to be starting out into chapter 0. And go to different sections, like the obvious view, which is not completely obvious, it turns out. And you can scroll down, look at figures, and click on different figures, for example, to see what's available. You can also kind of look, there's a lot of things that are highlighted in the text you can do. If you click on a figure, it will actually expand it and make it a little easier to see. And you can see the organization of this is pretty good. If you go with the left and right arrows, it'll take you to the next section. You can check your display settings, you can add bookmarks, you can do all sorts of things that are handy with this. The other thing is a lot of the words are highlighted, so if you click on just all this different stuff. For example, you can do concept checks. You can also see there's review and discussion and conceptual self-tests and chapter summaries. These are good kind of cliff notes. They're not exactly what we're going to be covering, but they're not bad. They give you some good basic overview of what was in the textbook and what things were covered. If you notice, we can also click on some of the words, and they're kind of automatically defined, like what is a star? Well, here it is. So pretty nice textbook. I think it's a lot better than actually the paper versions of textbooks that are available. There's obviously too much to really cover everything here. We're going to be doing things in lecture using a section of this that I haven't shown you yet, which is called the catalytics section. And it allows you to do interactive quizzing live during a lecture. And we'll do a demo of that during the first lecture, and I might actually have a video for you later in the week that you can take a look at as well, so you can start playing with it. But for right now, just make sure you get registered for the course and get everything in place so that you're ready to go when we start on Monday. So again, just for this video, the point of this was to introduce you to the website and the resources for the course. Make sure you get everything established with both logging into D2L and also getting your Pearson account established in sync. And make sure you follow the instructions and go through this web page. If you go through separately through Pearson, that's not going to work. It won't sync up with the course. So the next video we're going to have is going to talk about some of the policies of the course, things like grading and expectations and so on, along with some of the material we're going to be covering, just a very fast view of those two topics.